I have had many experiences. My friends who are spiritual have said I have an aura about me that attracts spirits to me. I have had many experiences. I had a ghost pull my ponytail home alone. I have seen and heard many things. My mom ears house, the doors would bang open and closed when I was alone, and I had to tell them to shush and it stopped. I have seen figures or people walk, and when I followed they would disappear. I once had a small childlike voice call out mommy when I was cleaning in the bathroom, as well as I have predicted future events and used those dreams to avoid conflicts. I have as well mentioned seeing a chest in my dreams in my mom's house in the attic. I described every detail of it, and my mom turned pale realizing she had seen that exact chest when her and her brother would climb the roof. He never found a box, and neither did my mother, but there is a wall in the attic that is blocked. I am not mentally ill in any way, and other family members in my mom's house has experienced these things, as well at my dad's house.
Living in a haunted apartment where a murder occurred in the 80s and all the crazy shit that happened there. I even turned myself in to the local psych ward thinking I was going crazy. Such things only happen in movies. I thought, stayed there 1 month, got pumped with antipsychotics, and went home. Where it got worse, as I found objects moving by themselves and being thrown against a wall was really not funny, I quickly relocated. Unless it's happening to you, you can't believe it. I understand the skeptics and hope they continue to live their quiet lives and never have their comfortable reality shattered.
I think I've always believed because I've had weird experiences since childhood. I became more interested and fascinated with the paranormal about 20 years ago. My husband and I both saw a ghost cat in our first apartment. We saw it at different times. I especially believe in angels, and whenever I asked for a specific sign like a feather, I received it. Strange synchronicities occur to me in waves. I'll read something or say something, and at the same exact moment someone on TV says the same word or phrase. It's sometimes startling and I don't know what it means. This will happen all the time for a few months and then stop for a year or so. There have been many more odd events.
I saw items in my home move on their own. It doesn't mean ghosts, maybe another dimension or timeline. But there were quite a few times I saw furniture, shoes, pens move on their own. I also heard voices of a few older women in my home. There was no one else in the house besides me and my dog. My dog was growling and barking the whole time. I followed the voices and they just disappeared. I couldn't make out their words. I have a huge house in a rural area. It was late at night. The voices felt like they were coming through the walls.
When I saw my deceased 11-year-old brother for the first time after he passed away, I was 9 when he passed. I still see him now in my 30s, but now it's more of a fleeting movement in the side of my vision. Sometimes he comes to me as he was when he passed. Other times it's him at what would be his current age. I get a tingly, cold ripple of goosebumps and heat across my left shoulder right before. For context, whenever we used to take photos or he would sneak up on me, he was always on my left. His favorite body spray was Lynx Africa, popular in the 2000s. And every now and then, at home, in the car, etc., I will get a whiff of it when no one else is around me. His funeral song often plays on the radio, my Apple Music Shuffle randomly on Google Home, at a pub, at the shops, etc., but always on significant dates, such as his birthday, DOD, or funeral date, and it always stops me in my tracks. It's not a popular song either, and wasn't a hit when we buried him in 2005. I totally spun out when on my wedding day, the DJ was playing music and his song came on. It was not on the list of music we gave the DJ either and was just confirmation, in my mind, that he was there. When we asked why she chose that song later, she said she just had this overwhelming feeling to play it and that it had been in her head all day, humming it over and over. She said that feeling totally left as soon as she hit play.
The house I grew up in is in the city of an old battleground. The basement is where I'd see tall men just standing as if they're guards. Another time everyone was asleep. I'm 9 at the time. Decide to make a cup of hot chocolate at 1 a.m. I turn around to walk down the hallway from my kitchen. After I got my cup ready, my room is the first door to the left. My grandmother's door is second to the left, and the linen closet is at the end of the hallway. A little girl walks out of the closet before I could leave the kitchen. She pranced her happy ass out the closet down the hallway and makes a left turn into the living room, out through the front door. I was so shocked and in disbelief, I stood there froze after realizing what I just saw. I never told anyone because no one would believe me. Once I went off to college, my father, A.S., entire side of family, drove up to help me get settled. I was telling my family I could feel energy where I was staying, and of course they brushed it off. My godmother stepped in to say I could be right. I went on to explain what I experienced at home, and she said where we live was a battlefield. So I more than likely have experienced paranormal activity.